Hello everyone, it's Saturday afternoon, I don't know, 4th, 5th of September, something like that, 2021. So we've arrived, Seathwaite Farm, we're at the car park. The first sunshine we've seen for a couple of weeks because it's been none over at home. So the car's parked up, rucksack's on my bag. I'm just going to pay the car parking and then we're off. Up there, well, around the back of that one, past Stye Head Tarn, then on the corridor route up to Scafell Pike. I'm going to stop up there somewhere, I think, if I get there. Anyway, happy bunny. I've just left the farm, I've got my pack on, I've got it adjusted sort of. Still bloody heavy like, that's my fault with all the camera stuff. It's a cracking day, bit of breeze. Just making my way up the Stockley Bridge, which we've been many times before, but look at that. I can't make my mind whether to go straight up the gill or right-handed. It's a bit steep, the first bit, but it levels out. I don't know. See when I get to Stockley Bridge anyway. Stockley Bridge, one of the most photographed bridges commanding the lakes. I think in the country everybody comes and loves this. Not as famous as Ashness Bridge, I don't think, but maybe that's because it's a bit harder to get there. Anyway, I've decided I'm going right-handed up there, up past them trees. That's a steep bit. It's a little bit further on, a bit steep, but I think it's not so bad after that till I get past Stye Head Tarn, and then I start climbing up towards the corridor route. So Isabel, that water, lovely. I'm looking back down towards Seathwaite, where I've come from. I'm up the steepest bit, and I've just come to this bit, Anne, that you'll remember well. That's where we went up to get onto the top of Seathwaite Fell, which is what that is. And it was a bit steeper than what we thought. Anyway, I'll go this way. We've got Great Gable and Green Gable on our right. And we've got Stye Head Tarn just over there. There's a little bridge up here, I think, and then it's just over there, maybe half a mile or something, a mile, I don't know. And I've got a sweat on, I have got a sweat on. I've got to be getting myself washed down with a damp hanky. But, worth it. Right, it's have a wine gum time. I think I've done the hardest bit. Well, there's a bit more up that end, but for people who've never been here before, if you look right up there, that's Scafell Pike on the top. They're just a little lump, and I think you see it. On the left of it is Great End. I'm going up that way, but thinking of the bottom bit of Great End, somewhere up there anyway. Well, a couple of miles, I reckon. I should have an easy bit now for, well, certainly for the stretcher box, which is up over that ridge, and Stye Head Tarn's up there, so about half a mile. Then I'll kick up a bit, but I don't think it's too bad. I've arrived at Stye Head Tarn. That big lump in front of us is Great End. That's Scafell Pike up there. Oh, you can probably see it. And then behind us we've got Windigap, with Green Gable and Great Gable. Last time I was here I was at the back of that, but I come up a different way. And so there's not many people here actually. There's one group over there. I still don't fancy stopping here. I'm going to crack on up there somewhere along where that gully is, and up there towards Scafell Pike, but not too far up. Probably another few hundred metres, but because then I gotta look down into Wasdale, I think. Anyway, that'll do. So I'm at the stretcher box just above Steyard Town. Better view of Scafell Pike and Great End. And these three Scouse lads I've just been talking to them, the nice lads. They're on the way down because they were wanting to go to Scafell Pike but they weren't really sure where they're going. So I've given them a map and I've pointed them in the right direction. They should be up there in an hour, they're fit enough like. But they're not daft either, they know to come down if they don't think they're going to get up there and down in the before the sun goes down, although they do have some torches with them. Really nice lads though. So I'm just starting on the corridor route. I've never actually been here before. Well, I think I've had a look at it, but I've never been along it, and I'm not going too far on it. I don't know how far really, half a mile, but I'm not too fussed. It's the views I'm after. And some water. I need some water because I only brought a little bit. I've got my water filtration kit with me to find some. Otherwise I'll be walking back here to the town for some, but I'm sure there'll be some along here. Beautiful evening, and I don't think I'm going to, I might be able to look down in Wasdale when I get round this corner. I don't know. Say it's new to me this, and that is a view of Great End I've never seen before as well. Wouldn't like to fall off that. Anyway, onwards and upwards, or downwards in the case. I'm going downhill for the first time. This is a note to self. This corridor route isn't as easy as I thought. It's got some bloody steep bits, some scrambling. But I don't think I'm far from where I want to be. But my worry is there's going to be no water, so I might have to turn around and go back. But that's not a big deal. It'll be easy going back than coming up. I have got a bit of water and some milk, so I'll probably be alright. But I prefer to have at least another litre. Oh, well, my boil in the bag is soaking. I've just brewed a bit more water in case I need some more in there, because I made a cup of tea as well. Won't be any proper photos tonight with my camera, it's just a bit, well, I'm not really bothered. It's 7:10 I think now. Just turn that water off. I had to go to get that full of water to filter. I had to nearly climb down a bloody cliff back over yonder, and I found a better way back, but interesting. It's very still. We're all set up. I'll have a look at my ugly mug. So I'm happy I've got a phone signal as well. It's because straight down there you can see Derwent water. It's amazing. I didn't think I'd have a hope in hell of a signal up here, but I've got one. Well, I might even get some light in the clouds. Never know. Anyway, I'll have me beef stew with potatoes, which is nice as what the army stuff is. And that's it. So good morning everyone. Wind's got up a bit. There was no, well, the sun's just coming out really, because sun's coming up down the back of there. So this is my view this morning. Had a decent night's kip really. Little tent over there at the bottom of Great Gable. Well, yeah, Great Gable. Those lads were there. Don't know where they'd come from last night. They were to the left on that rock face somewhere, but they must have been looking for somewhere to get the tent pitch. Looks like there's a white couple of tents or something down at just above Stayhead. Tarn. Bit of blue sky, so I'm not going to rush off. Can't see the point. Sun might come up, might get something decent to photograph. And I've got my cup of tea just boiling now. Well, my water boiling from my cup of tea. And a steady walk down. Glad I come. Especially seeing those stars last night. That was absolutely, that was magic. Wish we could get a bloody telescope up here, but obviously can't. Oh, we'll have a peek out. No. Knock my finger over. Yes, scaffold. Mist on scaffold pine, or cloud, or fog, or not fog, cloud. Windy. Just going for a little look over here before I pack my tent away. So yeah, we're looking up scaffolds in the clouds. Scaffold pine. That's Ennerdale, but not Ennerdale, Wasdale. Can't remember that one. I think it's Kirkfell. We all know what that is. Yeah, the wind's really got up. So get the tent put away now. Everything's out of it, and head down. I think been really enjoyable. Like, nice spot. This just, I was on a bit of a slope. Ended up, I turned round. As I was sliding down that way, I turned round and it wasn't so bad. Right, well that's where I was last night. Don't think I've left anything. I'm just going to plug that big bugger down there. But it's a couple of kilos lightly. With the liquid that's gone, some wine and some water and some milk. So yeah, it's been good. Enjoyed it and glad I come. Just a shame it's not really been worth bringing my big camera, but there you go, live and learn. So we'll have one last walk up here. Look over the top before we head down. Is anybody coming down? No. Wind's bloody cold now. Like, I've got my top on, I've got my hat on, got my gloves on because my fingers are frozen as they do. Take a bit more on the way down. Down into Skew Gill. This is a bad bit down round that corner. I might even try and video it, a bit of it, but that's where everybody was having difficulty yesterday, and that's where I came across that bloke that had sort of had a fall and he was bleeding from his nose and that, but he was alright. I did offer first aid, but he had a mate with him and they said they were fine. So I'll get across there and then it's easy enough going to back to Stayhead. But that was steeper than I thought, actually, that bit. So you learn something every time you come, I suppose. So this is doesn't look too bad really, but it's around that corner a bit. I'll just go. I wish I'd never had me. I suppose I better keep my stick, but I might need my hands. Just want to get rid of this stick and See if I can carry the camera. So I've just arrived above Starhead Tarn. It literally should be all downhill from here. Wind's gusting a bit. Bye bye corridor route. I remember coming down that path of Great Gable, coming down it with that. It was Joe and Sam. I'm bloody glad I'm not going up this, I'm not with the rocks, I'm staying up there. Probably easy to go up that windy gap one between the two. But anyway, I'm just waffling. A few people packing up down there. Some other people, they've gone when I went past yesterday. But anyway, not bothered. I bet there's a load of midges and that down by that lake anyway, so probably better off where I was. I only had a crane fly in the tent, or daddy long legs I think you call it. He was alright. So I'm going to say goodbye to Starhead Tarn. I don't know when I'll see you again, but it won't be this year. Bye bye to all the mountains. Can't be bothered naming them. Yeah, that looks incredibly up there. That's the path up the Windy Gap. Better than going up that other one. Anyway. It's a bit easy for a bit now, and then once we get over the bridge down here, you sort of follow the beck and you just pick your own path. It's cobbly, it's a bit, well, it's not a proper path really, you just have to make your way down. Then we get to the steep bit above Stotley Bridge, which I'll video anyway. Still a cracking day though. In fact, it's a lot better down here. It's got my gloves and everything off now, and the wind's nice actually. I mean, it's all Borrowdale I think, but we're looking down into Borrowdale Valley now. So I've just been talking to that guy. He's been up on Windy Gap for the night. I thought it'd be windy there, funnily enough, but he said it was alright. So just get beyond where he is, and then it starts getting a bit steeper and a bit badder on the knees. We'll stick with that. Right, Alice and Tilly, this is for you too. When I'm old and knackered, if I'm still here, you can look at this and say my granddad was daft. Anyway, love yous. At the start of the ascent to Stotley Bridge, the final ascent really. I don't like this bit. It's alright the first to start off, but further down when you go through the gate, it's really steep and it's not enjoyable. But anyway, there's somebody coming up, so I'll turn that off. Surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as I remembered, and I didn't even need to use my sticks. Suppose because it's very dry, there's no slippiness, and I just went very steady, and so pleasant surprise really. So here's Stotley Bridge, and people taking the obligatory photos, which I'll probably do as well to be honest. And then it's just down the track. I don't think it's even a mile. Anyway, but again, I'm just going steady, enjoying it. So I'll not be back here this year. Don't think anyway. Or certainly not for a night out. Might come back with my telescope. Not up a hill though, somewhere where you could park. And that's the path up Grange Gill. It fetches you out. Right. Left-handed for Escores and right-handed for Sprinkling Turn. So here we are, Stockley Bridge. Actually, I might try and find out when this was built. Dead easy to get to here if anybody just wants to come to the bridge. Just park at Seathwaite Farm, walk about a mile. Nice for kids to play and look around it. Lovely pool that. There's been some erosion there over the years. I bet it's cold, still cold in that pool, but I bet it's nice once you get used to it, but I'm not going to bother. And there we are. Bye bye for another year. So for people who haven't been, I just thought I'd take a little bit of this. Is Seathwaite Farm, the very famous Seathwaite Farm, where you can park your car for free if you get on the road, but I prefer just to give the farmer some money and park in his field. It saves all the hassle. I think your car's safer there anyway. I think there's some of these cottages for hire as well. I'm not sure who lives in them or how many are occupied. I think some of them are for hire. It's run by the National Trust, I believe. But if you come up, don't expect to get any internet, do you? Used to be some yappy dogs in them kennels there. They've gone. There's a fit lad. So that's the farm, and just round the back to where the campsite is. So this is Seathwaite Farm campsite. There's no facilities apart from a couple of toilets. I forgot the name of that gill. That waterfall thing. That's Base Brown up there. Beautiful. Again, no internet like. So you can come in here and don't know where it is at night. But it's lovely for kids. And this is the car parking spot. So there's my car down there, all there. £5 per car per day and 10 quid overnight. Sound job. They're getting a talk, they're going up the hills. I can't say what I thought it was like, but anyway, there's a car, all done. At the car, and this is what I've been looking forward to. Where's the camera? I kept one steak bake back. I've been looking forward to that all the way down. Still a beautiful day though, it's got lovely. Anyway, I have 5-10 minutes here, then I'm off home.